Hi folks, Chris Voss here from thechrisvossshow.com, thechrisvossshow.com. Welcome to the Daily Rant. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you can see all the wonderful news we're bringing to you, the new comedy, the new Daily Rant, and all that stuff, or the Daily Rant might be about you. So be sure to subscribe, give us a like, help us support the channel if you will. We're trying. What can we say? So, the Daily Rant today. I get in trouble for all this different stuff that I do on Facebook because I post some really honest comedic outlook, perspective sort of things. People get angry with me. Sometimes people get angry with me because they think I'm trolling about something when I'm just trying to make a joke and make light of something and funny, make it ha-ha. Some people, yes, I make fun of their deity, make fun of their religion. Everyone seems to have no problem making fun of ISIS. But other religions, no, don't do that. So I get in all sorts of trouble by people who don't get the joke. The irony is that I actually had a post one time where I made a joke and I put LOL, and I have to put LOL on everything so that when people get shitty with me in the comments, they go, "That's not funny," then I can go, hence the LOL. Hence the LOL. It's a joke. It's snarky comedy. It's called sarcasm. We get it. So, that's the problem I have. The funny thing is, when I did that post, I had somebody come along, I made a joke, I put LOL on it, and someone wrote in the comments, you can't please everyone, they wrote in the comments, dude, this is stupid, you have to put LOL, like, everyone knows that's a joke, and I'm like, no, I really have to do that. Below that, in the comments, someone came along and goes, "That's the most serious, stupid thing. I can't believe you fucking said that, blah, 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 blah." And I'm like, yeah, it's a joke, right? Hence the LOL. And they're like, oh, yeah. And then the other person who was making fun of me earlier goes, oh, okay, I see the stupid you have to deal with. So this is the problem I have with writing comedy and putting it on social media or on Facebook, etc., etc. This is a post I'm going to share with you. I'm going to read it off that I posted on Facebook, and a lot of people seem to share my sentiments. Comedy is dying, and our ability to laugh at ourselves in our silly form of human nature is dying as well. Comedians can no longer perform at what used to be bastions of collegiate progressive thought. Everyone is offended now by every little thing. Even George Carlin wouldn't make it in colleges today. Online, I can't make fun of a deity, a religion, the phone you use, no matter how backwards or silly it may be when you honestly step back and look at the big picture of our reality. If I make a joke, I get an ISIS-style virtual lynching nowadays on social media. They literally come after me with pitchforks, knives, and a rope. So there you go. I suppose if they could have their way with ISIS, they just behead me or put me in acid, which ISIS is evidently doing now. Donald Trump's social media, I call him now, call me an asshole and can't laugh putting down my jokes. Like Trump, they can't laugh about jokes that they take too personal. The reality is tolerance dies without comedy. People can't see the real gravity of a situation, and they have to polarize and stunt the expanse of their thinking. Comedy forces you to get outside of a boxed-in thought process and look at it objectively in reality. Comedy presents a funny mirror of the way people think. Sadly, ignorant people get angry when reality and objectivity face this mirror of reality back at them. They don't have to think or exercise their minds beyond their own self-imposed limits. Ayn Rand said one of the problems with religion, it makes you operate on imaginative faith and suspend critical, objective thinking of reality. When someone locks their brain to intolerance, limited thinking, new ideas, they handicap their growth into the expansion of outside ideas. You think ISIS wants French perspectives on their religion or their deity? Make a joke of Muhammad sometime and see how that turns out. When you think an idea or something is too sacred beyond the challenge or reproach, it is too perfect in your mind to be chided or given some humor, you kill intelligent, objective thinking. You kill the possibility of the truth and honesty. You kill what it's like to be open, to smile, to laugh. You kill life itself. This is why people like Trump, this is why organizations of extremist religions like ISIS are winning. Tell a joke about Trump and he'll sue you. It's happened to Bill Maher and other people. ISIS will just outright kill you. I get a virtual lynching on social media because people don't get the joke. Even if I put that LOL on it, it's a joke. Disclosure. Hence the LOL. And honestly, I got to tell you, if we lived in ISIS world or any other world, it probably would be legal to kill me if these people could get their way. Thankfully, it's not legal yet. And so I can still tell jokes, and I just have to get some shit thrown at me on Facebook or social media or whatever it is. Because of people who can't take a joke, there are whole countries where there is no freedom of press. In Pakistan, there's people with satirical criticism that recently got gunned down in the streets for just being satirical and writing what they thought, speaking their mind, but they're dead now. That's the sadness of what this sort of frame of mind brings and leads us to. The people who can't have a sense of humor and laugh at the comedy in this world and human nature are inevitably destroying it. You suck at the lightheartedness, love, and fun out of the world. And if you can't take a joke seeing how funny we are, you're just as bad as ISIS. Intolerance wins, and the freedom of thinking objectively dies. And also, freedom of rights die. The freedom to think for yourself. The freedom to do for yourself. If you people that are out there can't laugh at human natures, its fallacies, and silly devices, you people are the ones who are systematically, nick by nick, destroying the world. Go join ISIS and Trump because they need lots of intolerant people like you. So that's my message I posted on Facebook. A lot of people have made a lot of different comments and agreed with it and supported it. I'm sure that anybody who's offended by what I wrote will surely let me know in time or unfriend me on Facebook. But this is the concept of what's happening. I mean, you have these. I think back to the viral video of the girl who's yelling at the press agent, the student press agent, who's on the college campus trying to press something, and she's saying he can't record it, he can't take pictures, he can't access it and do his job for reporting, even though it's protected under the First Amendment. Turns out this teacher was someone who was like a news First Amendment rights press person who should know better because they live in the genre of that world. And that's the irony of what's going on today. People are offended by fucking every little thing. They're just so internally angry and upset at the world and what it's given them or what they have that just shit just gets to them and they have to lash out and do other stuff. So there you have it. I mean, it really is sad. Comedy is dying. I mean, someday it'll probably get to the point where comedians can't even work anymore. They just kill all the jesters and away you go. So if you're one of those people, knock it off. Open your mind, open your world, open your eyes. Human nature is one of the most silliest, stupidest, dumbest things in the world. Some of the stuff that we do and the reasoning we put behind it is beyond silly. I mean, you may be in a situation and you'll go, this is horrible, and you'll look back someday and think that was the most goofiest thing I could have ever done, or the fact that I did that is so goofy. We are completely imperfect beings and far from perfect in every shape and form. And a lot of what we do is pretty funny, if sometimes it might be a little sad, but for the most part, it does require an introspective look at who we are, what we are, into the mirror, and try and make ourselves better, because we really can't be better if we don't look at ourselves, if we don't chide ourselves and go, you know what, I'm not the smartest person in the world, and I'm kind of stupid sometimes, and I do some funny, stupid shit. So maybe I should work on not doing that as much, which we'll probably still do, but once you cut yourself off from the ability to think rationally about that, see outside the world, see outside the perception of your ideals, then you're completely lost and you're locked in and you live inside of your own private Idaho in your box. Don't lash out at other people because you want to live in that box. If you want to live in that box, that's cool. But don't punish other people. Don't be the person who doesn't get the joke. If you want to suck the life out of everything, go right ahead. Just keep it to yourself in your neighborhood, in your little house, whatever the case may be. Don't share it with other people. So that's basically my message. Comedy is dying. We need to work to appreciate it, to understand it, and to vault it for what it is and what it contributes to our society. Comedy helps bring tolerance. We need to be lighthearted about situations. If we allow certain people into certain bathrooms, is everyone going to get raped and killed? Come on. Really? Have some lightheartedness perspective of it. Do we really need to go after some of the things that we go after and be kowtowed by some of the things that our leaders tell us? This should be a thing that offends you. XYZ offends you, but XYZ does not. Comedy brings perspective to all of that. I think it's important that we recognize it and value comedy for what it is and what it contributes to our society. That's my message today and my daily rant. Be sure to give us a like. Tune in to us daily if you would. Subscribe, please. Also hit that button that says send me notifications when Chris Voss is on. I'd certainly appreciate it. And we're going to try and bring you more great quality content. Thanks for coming by.